Most people dream of financial freedom, but few ever achieve it. They think getting rich is about working harder, taking extreme risks, or having the right connections. But what if the secret to wealth was hidden in timeless biblical principles? Principles that millionaires and even billionaires unknowingly follow. For centuries, the Bible has offered wisdom on money, investments, and financial growth. Yet most people ignore these divine financial laws. Meanwhile, the wealthiest individuals, whether they realize it or not, apply these habits daily. Proverbs 22:7 states, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." But what if you could break free from financial struggles and start living in abundance? In this video, you'll discover 17 powerful biblical money habits that separate the wealthy from the struggling. These are not just theories. They are proven financial habits that, when applied consistently, will transform your wealth. If you've ever wondered how faith and finances work together, you're about to find out. Let's dive in. The power of small financial habits. Building wealth doesn't happen overnight. It's a process of small, consistent actions that compound over time. Many people think financial success requires massive sacrifices, but in reality, it's the micro habits, like tracking expenses, investing automatically, or reading financial books, that shape your future. Proverbs 13:11 says, "Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it." Instead of focusing on drastic changes, start by improving just 1% each day. Imagine if you saved just an extra $5 daily. That's over $1,800 a year, not including investments. These small actions, when repeated consistently, create momentum and build a solid financial foundation. It's the power of compounding at work, a principle that even legendary investors like Warren Buffett swear by. Your financial habits dictate your financial destiny. The rich don't become wealthy by accident. They follow simple but effective systems consistently. Whether it's setting a budget, avoiding impulse purchases, or practicing gratitude for what you have, the little things matter. Over time, these small habits separate those who struggle financially from those who achieve lasting abundance. Invest before you spend. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make is spending first and investing whatever is left, usually nothing. The Bible teaches a different principle, prioritizing multiplication before consumption. Proverbs 21:20 states, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." The wealthy follow this principle by making saving and investing automatic before spending. Imagine treating investing as a fixed expense, just like rent or a mortgage. The moment money hits your account, a portion should automatically go into investments, whether stocks, real estate, or a business. This habit ensures you are always building wealth instead of spending recklessly. Many successful investors call this paying yourself first, a key to financial freedom. If you wait until after your expenses to invest, you'll never have enough left. The secret is automation. Set up auto transfers to your investment accounts. Even small amounts, consistently invested, grow significantly over time. By prioritizing wealth building before lifestyle expenses, you set yourself up for lasting prosperity while others stay trapped in paycheck-to-paycheck cycles. Stop following the crowd. Most people struggle financially because they blindly follow what society teaches about money. The world tells you to take on debt for things you don't need, chase the latest trends, and live paycheck to paycheck. Romans 12:2 warns us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." True financial freedom requires thinking differently. The wealthy don't follow the crowd, they make intentional financial decisions. While others are spending on liabilities like new cars and designer brands, they are investing in assets that generate income. They don't care about impressing people, they focus on long-term wealth building. To achieve financial success, you must unlearn the habits of the average person and adopt the mindset of an investor. A practical step is to start questioning your financial decisions. Ask yourself, am I buying this because I need it or because society says I should have it? The best investors, entrepreneurs, and financially successful people think independently. They prioritize wisdom over peer pressure and build wealth strategically. You must decide, do you want to follow the crowd or create a legacy? The principle of multiplication. Money is a tool, not a destination, and the Bible repeatedly emphasizes the principle of multiplication. In the parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14-30, the servant who multiplied his master's money was rewarded, while the one who buried it out of fear was rebuked. The wealthy understand this principle and ensure that every dollar works for them instead of sitting idle. To apply this, stop seeing money as something just to spend. Instead, ask, how can I make this money multiply? Investing in assets like stocks, real estate, or businesses allows your money to grow passively. This is why the rich get richer. They don't rely solely on their labor, but leverage capital to create more wealth. The key is shifting from a consumer mindset to an investor's mindset. Many people struggle financially because they only focus on earning and spending, never on multiplying. True financial independence comes when your money starts working harder than you do. Instead of hoarding money in low-interest savings accounts, put it to work in vehicles that generate returns. The wealthiest individuals don't just save, they multiply relationships and money. Your financial future is heavily influenced by the people around you. The Bible states in Proverbs 13:20, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." If you surround yourself with people who are careless with money, constantly complain about finances, or lack ambition, their habits will rub off on you. Successful individuals build relationships with those who inspire them to grow. They seek mentors, join mastermind groups, and engage with like-minded people who push them toward success. Even if you don't have successful people around you physically, books, podcasts, and online communities can serve as your mentors. The goal is to immerse yourself in wealth-building wisdom. Audit your financial circle. Who do you spend the most time with? Are they helping or hindering your financial growth? If you want to become wealthy, you must learn from those who are already where you want to be. Changing your financial future often starts with changing your financial influences. Debt, slavery, or a tool. Debt can either enslave you or serve as a powerful financial tool. It all depends on how you use it. Proverbs 22:7 warns, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." Many people fall into financial bondage because they accumulate debt for liabilities instead of using it strategically for wealth creation. There's a difference between bad debt and good debt. Bad debt, like high-interest credit cards or loans for unnecessary purchases, drains your wealth. Good debt, like real estate investments or business loans that generate income, can accelerate financial growth. The key is to ensure that any debt you take on has a clear path to generating returns. To escape debt slavery, focus on paying off high-interest liabilities while using strategic leverage to build wealth. If a loan helps you buy an asset that produces passive income, it's a tool. If it funds lifestyle inflation, it's a trap. The wise manage debt with caution, understanding that financial freedom comes when you control money, not when money controls you. The golden rule of abundance. The wealthiest individuals, both in the Bible and in modern times, understand that generosity is a gateway to abundance. Luke 6:38 states, "Give, and it will be given to you." While society teaches that hoarding wealth leads to security, biblical principles and financial history show that giving creates an abundant mindset and attracts more prosperity. Many self-made millionaires like Warren Buffett and John D. Rockefeller were generous givers. They understood that wealth is meant to be a blessing, not just for personal gain. Generosity shifts your financial mindset from scarcity to abundance, reinforcing that there is always more than enough to go around. The more you give wisely, the more opportunities tend to come your way. This doesn't mean giving recklessly, it means strategic generosity. Support causes that align with your values, help those in need, and invest in your community. When you give, you activate a financial principle that leads to greater returns, not just in money, but in opportunities, relationships, and fulfillment. True wealth is about multiplication, not just accumulation. Automate your financial success. Wealthy people don't rely on willpower to manage their money. They build systems that make financial success effortless. Proverbs 6:8 teaches us to observe the ant, which prepares its provisions in advance. The easiest way to grow your finances consistently is through automation, removing emotions and decisions from the equation. Set up automatic transfers for your savings, investments, and debt repayments. When money is allocated before you even touch it, you remove the temptation to overspend. This ensures that wealth building happens consistently, even during busy or unpredictable times. The rich don't leave financial growth to chance. They build mechanisms that guarantee progress. Think of automation as your personal financial assistant, working behind the scenes to build your wealth. Whether it's auto-contributing to an investment fund, paying yourself first, or automating bills to avoid late fees, these small setups create massive financial results over time. The less you have to think about money, the easier it becomes to accumulate it. Financial education. Learn like the rich. Most people spend years in school learning about history, math, and science, but never receive formal education on money. Hosea 4:6 warns, My people perish for lack of knowledge. The difference between financial struggle and financial freedom is education. Wealthy people never stop learning how money works. Make it a habit to study money, just as you would any other essential skill. Read books like The Richest Man in Babylon or Think and Grow Rich. Listen to financial podcasts, attend seminars, and follow experts who share proven strategies. The more you understand about investing, entrepreneurship, and financial planning, the more control you have over your future. Knowledge compounds, just like money does. Even dedicating just 1 hour a week to financial learning can drastically change your trajectory. The rich treat financial literacy as a lifelong pursuit, while the poor avoid the topic out of fear or ignorance. The choice is yours. Stay in the dark, or empower yourself with knowledge that leads to abundance. How to avoid bad financial decisions. Many financial mistakes come from short-term thinking, focusing on immediate gratification rather than long-term impact. The Bible encourages a different approach. Proverbs 14:15 says, "The simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps." Before making a financial decision, step back and consider the long-term effects. One of the best ways to avoid bad decisions is to apply the 24-hour rule. Before making any major purchase, wait at least 24 hours. This prevents impulse buying and allows time for logical evaluation. Often, what seems like a great idea in the moment turns out to be unnecessary when viewed with a clear mind. Another strategy is to ask yourself, will this decision benefit me in 5 years? If not, reconsider. Wealth is built through intentional actions, not reckless spending. Many people remain financially stuck because they prioritize momentary pleasure over long-term security. The wise choose patience over instant gratification, and in the end, they reap the rewards. Smart generosity. True wealth isn't just about accumulation, it's about impact. Proverbs 11:25 states, "A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." Many think giving depletes their wealth, but in reality, generosity creates more opportunities, influence, and favor in both financial and personal realms. The key is intentional giving. Instead of giving randomly, allocate a portion of your income toward causes, people, or investments that align with your values. Whether it's supporting a mission, mentoring others in financial wisdom, or funding a business that creates jobs, strategic generosity multiplies wealth. The more you give with purpose, the more you receive in return. Many of history's wealthiest individuals, from biblical figures like Abraham to modern philanthropists like Bill Gates, understood that giving is a principle of increase. The difference between financial stress and financial peace often lies in one's ability to trust that there is always more. When you give wisely, you open doors that money alone could never buy. The danger of financial complacency. One of the greatest threats to financial success is comfort with mediocrity. Many people settle into financial habits that keep them stagnant, believing they've made enough, or that things will always be the same. The Bible warns against this mindset in Ecclesiastes 11:6. "Sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let your hands not be idle, for you do not know which will succeed." The wealthy never stop growing. They continually seek new ways to increase, innovate, and invest. The moment you stop challenging yourself financially is the moment you start falling behind. Inflation rises, markets shift, and opportunities evolve. Remaining still is equivalent to moving backward. Those who become rich and stay rich are those who adapt and learn continuously. Instead of accepting financial complacency, cultivate a growth mindset. Set new goals, push your limits, and refuse to settle for just enough. Whether it's advancing your career, launching a business, or optimizing your investments, there's always another level. If you're not expanding, you're contracting. So choose expansion. Discipline and patience, the foundation of lasting wealth. Building true wealth requires two essential qualities: discipline and patience. Many want quick success, but the Bible teaches in Galatians 6:9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." The problem is that most people give up too soon. Discipline means sticking to financial principles even when it's inconvenient. It's choosing to invest when others are spending, resisting lifestyle inflation, and living below your means to secure your future. While instant gratification is tempting, those who master financial discipline always end up ahead. Look at every millionaire. Their wealth wasn't built in a day, but through consistent, wise choices over time. Patience is what turns discipline into success. Many people abandon good financial habits because they don't see immediate results. But just like planting a seed, wealth building takes time. A consistent investment strategy, wise spending habits, and delayed gratification will always produce results, but only for those willing to wait and endure the process. Multiply your streams of income. Wealthy individuals rarely rely on just one income source. Ecclesiastes 11:2 advises, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Having multiple income streams isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for financial security and long-term success. Most millionaires have at least 3 to 5 sources of income, including investments, businesses, and passive revenue streams. If one income dries up, others keep the cash flowing. This is why job dependency is risky. If a single paycheck stops, financial stress begins. Diversification is the key to financial freedom. Start by identifying additional income opportunities that align with your skills or interests. It could be investing in stocks, launching a digital product, real estate rental income, or even a side business. The goal isn't to chase every opportunity at once, but to build sustainable income sources one at a time until your financial stability no longer depends on a single paycheck. Small decisions, big impact. The financial success or failure of most people isn't caused by one big decision. It's the accumulation of small choices over time. Proverbs 4:26 reminds us, give careful thought to the paths for your feet and be steadfast in all your ways. Every financial decision, no matter how small, compounds into either wealth or struggle. Consider the difference between spending $5 a day on coffee versus investing that same $5 in an index fund. Over a decade, the coffee habit costs thousands, while the investment could grow exponentially. The difference? Small daily choices. The same applies to unnecessary subscriptions, impulse purchases, and neglecting investments. What seems insignificant today can shape your future. The key is developing intentional financial habits. Regularly review your expenses, question purchases, and redirect wasteful spending into assets that appreciate over time. Instead of focusing on what you can't afford, start focusing on what you can invest in. Small, intentional steps lead to massive financial transformation. Learn from the mistakes of others. Experience is a great teacher, but wisdom allows you to learn from the mistakes of others without suffering the same consequences. Proverbs 12:15 says, "The way of fools seems right to them, but the wise listen to advice." Many people make avoidable financial mistakes simply because they refuse to learn from those who have failed before them. Debt traps, bad investments, overspending, and ignoring financial education, these are mistakes repeated by millions. Instead of waiting to learn from personal financial pain, study those who have already walked the road ahead. Read books, listen to successful investors, and avoid the financial pitfalls that have destroyed others. A practical step is to observe and ask questions. Look at those who struggle financially and analyze what led them there. Look at those who thrive and identify what makes them different. The more you learn from others' experiences, the fewer mistakes you'll have to pay for yourself. Financial wisdom isn't just about making the right moves. It's also about avoiding the wrong ones. The 1% progress rule. Massive financial success doesn't require massive overnight changes. It requires small, consistent improvements over time. The 1% rule states that if you improve your financial habits by just 1% every day, the long-term impact is exponential. Luke 16:10 affirms this principle. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. Imagine increasing your savings rate by 1% each month. Over time, this habit compounds into substantial financial growth. Or, consider gradually cutting unnecessary expenses or increasing investments slightly every few months. These small, intentional actions seem insignificant at first, but lead to huge financial shifts over years. Many people quit because they don't see immediate results, but compounding works in the background. The key is consistency. Tiny improvements in budgeting, investing, and income generation will eventually create unstoppable financial momentum. Wealth isn't built in one day, but one wise decision at a time. Now that you know the 17 biblical money habits that can transform your financial future, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Many people hear wise counsel but never put it into practice. Don't be one of them. Proverbs 4:7 says, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding." The key to wealth isn't just knowing, it's acting. Imagine where your finances could be a year from now if you started applying just a few of these habits today. What if you chose to invest before spending? What if you stopped following the crowd and started building multiple streams of income? The difference between financial struggle and abundance isn't luck, it's daily financial discipline. Write in the comments, "God is my source, and He guides my finances." And watch how this powerful declaration starts transforming your finances and business from today onward. So, which of these 17 habits will you start practicing today? Comment below. Your journey to biblical wealth and financial freedom begins with a single decision. Consider supporting our ministry through the link in the description. And if you want to keep learning how to master faith and finances, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. See you in the next one.